Alright, so a very good afternoon to all of you. So first of all, I would like to apologize for the background noise that you might be able to hear. So I've shifted to a new place and over here a lot of construction work is going on, so I cannot help with the background noise. Alright, so I will try to speak as loud as possible so that there is no disturbance due to the noise. Alright, now I was not able to make a strategy video or an analysis video for the GATE 2020 exam as I was very busy with my research, but this video is going to be very useful for students who are giving the exam for the first time. Alright, so I have not done a very deep analysis so that I can predict certain questions which might be asked in the exam, but yes, I can give you a brief overview as to what are the important topics. So for a person who's giving it for the first time, it might be very useful, right? So I've listed down the topics over here, as you can see, from inorganic and physical. And organic, as you know, is very random, but over here also you will see a pattern, and that is what I'm going to discuss in this video. All right, so if we talk about inorganic chemistry in GATE is of very less weightage. Okay, basically the questions majorly will be there from coordination chemistry. So in coordination chemistry, you know what all you have to do, and you might have already done. Today is the last date, tomorrow is the exam, so I'm not going to dive into the topics, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview, like for example inner sphere mechanism, outer sphere mechanism, then we have this dissociative mechanism, associative mechanism, SN1CB mechanism. Okay, and then in coordination, what else we have? Charge transfer spectra. Okay, LMCT, MLCT, all these kind of topics. Then we have Aurigal diagrams. This time I have a strong feeling that there might be a question from Aurigal diagram and term symbols. Okay, so term symbols you do, Aurigal diagrams you definitely do. Okay, the rest you will see always there's a question from CFSC and pairing energy, and I have somehow seen that a lot of aspirants and a lot of students get questions on CFSC and pairing energy wrong, even though it's very basic, because when you're preparing for, let's say, CSR exam, you are preparing for many advanced topics. So generally you don't prepare CFSC and pairing energy, and sometimes in the exam if you don't practice enough you get confused. So please make sure that you do this topic well, CFSC and pairing energy. Then questions from metal carbonyls are seen every time. Okay, a question based on the metal carbonyls is seen every time in the GATE exam, so please make sure that you do this topic really well. Okay, then when we talk about bio and organic chemistry, it's very vast in nature, but you can still be very sure that the question will be more or less based on the heme proteins, and even if a question comes outside the heme protein concept, it will majorly be based on the function of the enzyme. They might just give you an enzyme and they might ask you the function. So the detailed mechanistic questions might come from heme proteins. Okay, are definitely coming from heme proteins. And one more topic where some detailed question might come is from carbonic anhydrase mechanism. So just do these topics, just revise these topics thoroughly before going for the exam. Then we have Wade's rule. Every time there's a question on carboranes or boranes, based on the Wade's rule, they will ask you the number of skeletal electron pairs, or they might ask you the number or the structure of the borane, whether it's closed or nido or acno. It's very simple that way. Then isomerism, it's very important from GATE point of view. Definitely there is a question from isomerism. When I talk about isomerism, I'm talking about isomerism in coordination complexes. Okay, both your optical isomerism and geometrical isomerism, and different kinds of other isomerisms as well, ionization isomerism and all these other isomerisms. Then organometallics, metal carbon is also a part of organometallics, and even Wade's rule is part of organometallics, but over here when I write organometallics, I mean the basic oxidative addition reactions, like oxidative addition, then your reductive elimination, then what do you call your beta hydride elimination. So those basic topics, no need to go into detail, just have a brief overview. And over here also I would say, I predicted that for CSR exam also, over here also I'm going to say that a question is definitely going to be there from catalysis, organometallic catalysis. Okay, Monsanto acetic acid process, Wilkinson's catalyst, Cativa process, Fischer-Tropsch process. So a question is definitely going to be there from your organometallics. And then these two topics definitely you have to do for GATE exam. Silicates, it will hardly take you 10 minutes, and then we have spinels. Okay, coming back to physical chemistry. Now physical chemistry carries the most weightage when we talk about GATE exam, and let me tell you one thing over here. Physical chemistry questions can be solved by logic. You don't need to know the concept. You can still solve the questions by logic. Try to see the hints and clues. They are always there in the GATE exam. Every time I go and give the GATE exam, I always see these clues. They will give you the units. From the units you can see what all reactants or what all things are given to you, and from that whether you can get the unit which is required. Okay, especially I have written down over here also that NAT type questions carry no negative marking. So you can do this for NAT type questions. You have to write something. Don't leave the NAT type questions blank. Okay, the NAT type questions are the ones which do not have any option. They do not carry any negative marking. So please attempt those questions. And how you can attempt them smartly? By seeing the units. What are the units asked for the particular answer that they are looking for, and what are the units given, and try to rearrange the units by keeping them in the numerator and denominator such that you get the unit which they are asking the question. Okay, so this is one useful way by which you can score some marks. Okay, and plus you don't have anything to lose because there is no negative marking for such questions. So write something. Okay, don't worry about it, write something logically. Okay. And now anyway, coming to the topics, the question on kinetics, especially the radioactive decay, kinetics of radioactive or nuclear decay is definitely asked. It's a first order kinetics, all of you might be knowing this, so definitely a question is there from this topic. Plus the questions from kinetics are from very simple topics, like very well known topics, like your first order, second order reactions, zero order, half-life, then your parallel reaction, and then your chain reaction, and like the consecutive reactions and reversible reactions. Okay, and then your Arrhenius equation, simple questions on that, and Michaelis-Menten kinetics. So these are the questions from kinetics, but this is particularly asked every time, radioactive decay. Then Maxwell relations is also one particular topic which is asked from thermodynamics all the while, and this time I have a feeling there might be a question from Carnot cycle as well. Then we have questions on spontaneity and conductance. Conductance also, I feel this time there will be a question, and spontaneity, like how a reaction is going to be spontaneous. What are the parameters which leads to a spontaneous reaction? So please have a look for that also. Then this topic is not very well studied for CSIR, especially these two topics: Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, that is your Lyman, Balmer, Paschen series, and how to calculate the energy of the hydrogen atom when n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2 using the Bohr model. Okay, Bohr's model. And then photoelectric effect, just have a look, and Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, these two topics. Okay, then basic quantum, like your operators. Quantum, surprisingly, in GATE exam is quite simple. They directly ask formula based questions from harmonic oscillator, from from your 1D box, 2D box, 3D box, from Huckel molecular orbital theory. So the questions are quite simple when it comes to GATE exam, and the one or two, like out of 6 or 7 questions that are asked in quantum, 5 are very simple, directly formula based. So just do the basic quantum, that is good enough. You can see my crash course videos if you want to just study the basic quantum in about an hour or so. Okay, then we have RMS and average velocity. Just revise the formulas. What is the root mean square velocity of a gas, and like basically the kinetic theory of gases. Just have a look at that. And from surface, just do Langmuir and Bett isotherm, what exactly it is, what is the graph looks like, and what is the formula. That's about it. And then from solid state, there's always a question, but like in CSIR you will not see questions on defects and doping, but in the GATE exam from the last 3 years you will see a question based on defects and doping. So that I've just written it down so that you don't miss out that topic. Alright, and then if you talk about organic chemistry, stereochemistry is something that is very important. Reactive intermediates, all of you know, is important from CSIR and GATE point of view also, and reactive intermediates, especially your carbenes and benzene. Okay, then please do whatever kind of reactions you find for peroxy acids, and in particular metachloroperbenzoic acid. Okay, metachloroperoxybenzoic acid, MCPBA. Just have a look at what all reactions it shows, particularly the reactions which are chemoselective in nature and stereoselective in nature, right? So MCPBA and peroxy acids. And at last, try to see different epoxidation reactions. Like one example I have written down over here is Sharpless reaction, Sharpless epoxidation. So like that, what all epoxidation reactions have been reported, please have a look, because there's a lot of chemoselectivity issues when it comes to epoxidation reactions. Okay, so these are some of the topics that I feel are important from the exam point of view and would be very useful for a person who is giving it for the first time. Alright, so make sure, apart from the topics that are generally there, I have already made a lot of strategy videos on GATE, so the basic topics you will find out from there. Apart from those topics, you should, when you are revising, you should focus more on these topics. Okay, so make sure you revise these topics well. 4 points that I have written down over here which are very important before you go for any exam or for GATE in particular. Please have a look at my video. I will maybe give you the link somewhere over here or in the description box about using the online calculator. It is very important. Trust me, just trust me on this. If you know how to use the online calculator, it is a big advantage. Okay. Second thing, NAT questions, that is the questions which have no negative marking, the questions which have no options, they carry no negative marking. Please remember this. So do attempt those questions. Then from the previous year papers, whatever conversions come, especially conversions come in the gas constant value. In GATE exam, sometimes they won't give you the gas constant value. So you should know how to convert from one unit to another. So what you can do, instead of trying out now how to find the conversions, whatever previous year questions have been asked where you had to make the conversions, just have a look at those conversions, that how you have to convert from one particular unit to the other. Okay. And then at last, I would say attempt the questions logically, especially when it comes to physical and organic chemistry. You can easily score at least 5 to 10 questions based on logic also, even if you're not aware of the concept that is being utilized in that particular question. Okay, so I'm telling you this out of personal experience, that you can solve the questions based on logic only. Okay, especially organic questions, they are very simple. If your general organic chemistry is good and you can use logic, definitely you can score questions from organic chemistry as well, even if you have not studied organic chemistry well before the exam. So anyway, I really hope you do really well in this exam. All the very best, and that's it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I will really request you to subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. All right, all the very best, and I really hope all of you have a very bright future, and that's it. Cheers.
Hey guys, so I'm a verified educator on Unacademy, and along with that I'm also available on the Unacademy Plus platform, where I'm taking live classes along with other educators. So in case you're interested in attending the live classes, you can subscribe to the Unacademy Plus platform using my referral code, that is SETHI, and that will give you 10% discount. Alright, and in case you're not interested in attending the live classes, you can watch the free courses that are available on the Unacademy. For that, all you need to do is go to the Unacademy website or download the Unacademy Learning app and search my name over there, that is SETHI. Once you do that, you will get the access to all the free courses that are available on the Unacademy platform. Alright, now let's begin with the video.